Is another part theatrical experience. Cincinnati Playhouse in the Park has created an immersive and chilling experience called Children of the Corn Maze in Search of the Greenville Ghost. And here to talk about the spooky show is Danielle Rasmussen from the Playhouse. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
How super fun is this idea, by the way?
It's super fun.
Yeah.
It's also really creepy.
Yeah. So, and I was going to ask you, like, how much is this for the kids, and how much is this for maybe teenagers and above? Where do we land?
It's more teenagers and above, but
okay.
If you have tweens who really like scary things, they'll be just fine.
Gotcha. So for people who don't know, this is not quite a sequel, more of an anthology to something you guys did back in 2020. So let's start there and take me here.
Yeah, in 2020, we were trying to figure out how to creatively program around social distancing.
Sure.
So we were like, let's do a haunted tour outside because we can distance everybody. And we found our friends over at the Burger Farm and Garden Center, and we had such a great time collaborating. That space is fantastic.
Yep.
And then we thought, okay, well, we have another really fun fall where we're displaced because our new building is being built. How can we be creative? And we love doing it so much with Burger Farm and Garden Center. We're like, well, let's do it again. Now that we know a lot of new things, let's try something a little different out there. So they even planted the corn for us this year.
No way.
They did. We went out in the spring and we charted out where we wanted spaces.
That's awesome.
And they planted the corn so that we could really create a theatrical experience out
That's
there.
A pretty cool partnership right there, I'd say.
They're really wonderful.
One of those things sort of coming out of the pandemic experience, it gave us an idea that we can use going forward. I like that too. So what happens if somebody comes out to this? I was saying during the commercial break, Jen and I back in the day both did murder mysteries. Does it have that kind of feel to it?
Yes.
Because there's audience participation, yeah?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There'll be 5 members of every audience who are pulled in to be characters.
Love it.
We take care of the audience members who are characters, and everybody is a part of this search, and it's progressive throughout the farm, so you're not in one place for very long. So it's really, really important that you wear layers and that you wear shoes that you can walk around in, and that you don't mind getting muddy, because it will absolutely be muddy out there.
I love that. And are you searching for clues, or what are you doing as you're going from place to place?
You're searching for the Greenville Ghost.
Yeah, okay. You're almost like a Ghostbuster.
You are a little bit like a Ghostbuster. We're a search party out there trying to find one of the missing teens.
How fun is it for the performers knowing as they go out, every single show is going to be different? It's because, you're going to have some basic plot points, I would imagine, but some things are going to change just depending on what the audience gives you back, right?
I think that's the fun of doing interactive and immersive work, is the audience is so much a part of creating this experience that you have no idea what to expect each time.
Yeah.
It gets to be original, and also it's still the great story that you're telling every single time, but yet it's a little different every time.
How many people can take part in a single session, so to speak?
We have no more than 25 in each group. We go 7, 8, 9, and 10. That way it's a little bit more intimate, so that way everybody can see and hear all of the things that happen.
So do you have a different group of performers? Do you like the 7 o'clock show and then the 8 o'clock show, or do you circle all the way back and it's the same group who goes again at 8? Two casts, okay.
So one will do 7 and 9, and the other one will do 8 and 10, so that they can change their shoes and their clothes, take a break, because it does get a little chilly out there.
I would imagine that it does. I love that. Give me ticket information real quick, and then I want to move on to something else. But ticket information, and how do we get all of that stuff?
CincyPlay.com. You go under tickets. It's Children of the Corn Maze, and they will have days and times. There's 4 different times that you can pick in a night: 7, 8, 9, and 10 o'clock.
Plenty of options for you.
Plenty of options.
And we'll get a link at local12.com as well. Now, the other thing I wanted to move on to before I let you go, how are things going at the Playhouse?
Oh, so great.
So I was up in Eden Park. This has probably been 2-3 weeks ago. If you haven't been to Eden Park in, I don't know, the last 6 months or so, drive up the hill, because
it's amazing.
you just can't imagine how the footprint of Playhouse in the Park has changed.
It's so different. They send us pictures every couple of weeks with updates, and we're all living for them. It's so exciting. Now they're at the part where they're starting to connect the 2 buildings with the lobby space.
It's going to be spectacular, isn't it?
It's going to be spectacular, and we can't wait to share it with the community.
Yeah, and it's leading into a different season where the Playhouse is going to be doing shows at different venues and all that. And really, this is kind of one of those opportunities.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Please come join us in the cornfield and have some fun.
Go out to you don't get to go out to see a Playhouse in a cornfield very often, so go out and do that. Danielle, it's been great talking to you. Thanks for coming in. Awesome. Sheila, going to send it over to you.
All righty, Bob. Next, the Cincinnati Museum Center's offering